In my video? Why don't you want to be in my video? About the PTOs and the whatnot. So, here we go, we got Taylor here too. Alright, so the PTOs started coming out when the Cadillacs needed to power their air compressors in their cars way back in the early 1900s. The safety of these videos, he's doing a gear reduction so that the PTO works properly, right? I'm putting it in the video, I gotta put it in the video. Anyways, so yeah, you know, it started out in the early 1900s, and you know, they were working out pretty good, and then they realized they could use them in hydraulics and diesels and whatnot. They started out in early tractors too, you know, powering implements and whatnot. It brings us to the safety aspect of them. It's kind of hard to hurt yourself with a PTO that's on a truck because everything's quite hidden. But PTOs on tractors and agricultural equipment will kill you with a smile on their face. So, never, ever, ever get off a machine with a running PTO. Never, ever, ever stick your finger in a moving PTO, ever. It don't matter what you're trying to clean off the PTO, right, Mr. Wint? You never try to clean never try to clean anything out of the PTO that's spinning, ever, ever. You will kill yourself. It will grab a hold of your arm and beat you to death with a smile on its face, and that don't feel good. So that's the whole safety aspect of it. Again, don't stick your fingers. Don't. I ain't gonna say that, but anyways, you get the point. Don't stick your fingers in anything that's running that you shouldn't, because it's bad. It's real bad. So usage of the PTO is near limitless. It's basically free power being taken off of one of the drive gears in the transmission. You can't spin them too fast either. I don't know if I mentioned that yet or not. But yeah, you can't spin that PTO out past 2,000 RPM, roughly, maybe 1,500, depending on what PTO it is. But yeah, so I mean, they can run hydraulic pumps, they can run compressors, they can run absolutely anything that you can, a spinning momentum as an input can run. You'll be able to run it. Winches, absolutely anything can be ran off of PTOs, especially one that's spinning a hydraulic pump, because now you have fluid power to do whatever the hell you want to do with hydraulics. So, you know, it works out. They're very simple devices, normally just a gear or two in it, to divert the power from a spinning gear inside your transmission to whatever you need to run with your PTO. You know, but on occasion you can get into some complicated 2 or 3 output PTOs that you need to run an air compressor, a winch, and a hydraulic system, say on car haul or anything like that. So you know, they're very useful tools, and you know, very simple. For the most part, you really don't have too many failures of them, for the simple reason that they're incredibly overbuilt. You really don't run into issues with them unless you use them heavily. Tow trucks, car haulers, you know, things like that. But yeah, most of your bigger stuff, your class 4 and up, heavy equipment and heavy vehicles, they're going to be driven off of a gear in the transmission. A lot of the smaller trucks, tow trucks, things like that, even boats may have PTOs. Most of them are going to be belt driven, off of a belt on the crank or whatever pulley or rotating surface that they want to run it off of. You can have a belt driven PTO that has either a hydraulically actuated, air actuated clutch, and most of the gear driven clutches are going to have that you're going to find in the trucks are going to be hydraulically or pneumatically actuated, because you already have air on them. So it just makes sense. But yeah, that's how PTO works. So good job, Jtech.